Hi guys, it's Sophia, aka The Sims World, and I am back with another video. That is right, I am keeping it consistent yet again. Here we go. I'm falling into the same patterns. I said I'd get this house out last week as a speed build, and it is out the next week. But hey, I'm trying, okay? That's all that counts. That's all that frickin' counts. This house was really cool. I saw a picture on Pinterest of a backyard, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make it. And that's exactly what I did. I built this entire house around a single picture of a backyard and nothing else. And I think it turned out okay. There's a little bit of like iffy space in the house, but when you're building an entire house around a single outdoor room that has nothing to do with the structure of the regular house, you kind of have to take some liberties, I guess, and that's exactly what I did. And so I think the outside of the house actually is one of the most, I know it's like my stock standard, like white house, which I generally do all the time, but I added a little bit of flair to it. I made it a little bit more fresh. And I also, I don't know, I had fun with building, and that's mainly what I wanted to do with this video in the first place. So I really hope you guys are enjoying my speed builds, because I surely am. I haven't been able to film anything for the Let's Play that I'm doing just because I've been so busy, but I want to get back into that, and I'm really excited to be getting back into that. But I thought I might as well just like take it super slow, because honestly it's a struggle for me to get onto the computer these days, especially because I'm always working or I'm sick. Just this morning actually I was really sick with vertigo. I had to get off of work, and because I wasn't sure if I would be able to go into work later in the day, so I just had to get my shift covered, and now I can't really take that back. Not that I would really want to, because I'm kind of watching myself and making sure I'm actually okay, so I wouldn't want to go back into work anyway. But yeah, it's been really annoying lately with the vertigo, getting it a lot. I think it's because I'm so stressed out, because school is going to be happening very soon, and I still haven't figured it out. I've been trying to call my school, and I get nothing. You have to call on like a specific time every Thursday. You have to call to make an appointment with their counselors. There's 6 counselors. You have to call on a Thursday at 1 o'clock. Otherwise, basically every appointment is taken after that, and they won't take any more appointments for the week. So my entire Thursday up until 1 o'clock this week is going to be spent carefully on the phone, making sure I have the number dialed and everything's perfect, because I can't go another week because school is starting so quickly. It's just impossible at this point for me to do. So we'll see. I don't know. I've been having a lot of trouble with making appointments and calling customer service online, I guess. I've also been having trouble with my Disney annual pass. I've been a pass holder since I was like 4 years old, I'm pretty sure, on and off. But just recently, I would say like 3 years ago, I started paying for my own pass, and it's been really annoying but also really fun, because I love Disneyland and I love going, and so it's worth it, you know, to pay for that pass. But I ran into some trouble trying to renew this month or last month, and I couldn't renew the pass no matter how hard I tried. I went online, I called Disney customer service, I think 3 times within the month, and then I let my pass expire because I was under the impression that I would be able to renew it afterwards. And it turns out I was not able to renew it. However, I think 2 days later, after my renewal date had expired, I called Disneyland and I talked to customer service about it. And I was literally almost every single day trying to renew this pass. Like, I'm not sure what you want from me. I would have had to pay for an entirely new pass had I not called in and had I not renewed the pass. So I'm really glad that I was persistent with that, because I definitely, my opinion about Disney has been tainted a little bit since then. I mean, it's been tainted a lot before already, but whatever, what are you gonna do? I was on the phone 3 times that day with people, actually. And finally, on the last time, I was on the phone for 45 minutes. And the woman that I ended up speaking to, I went through another 3 people in that phone call. The woman I ended up speaking to said she needed an extra day to figure out what the heck was going on with my pass. And I was like, okay, what's your name and what's a number I can reach you by? Because I am going to call back tomorrow or the next day if I don't have an answer about it, because that's what you promised. So just so you know, like, get ready for it. And she was very helpful. She called the next day, and then the day after that, I went to Disneyland to in person renew my pass, because I was otherwise not going to be able to renew the pass at all, which is wild to me. I've generally been able to renew it on the phone. And when I tried to go to Disneyland, because I wanted to go that day to make use of my time, because Anaheim is a 30-minute drive from me. I live in the South Bay. So it was like a hassle for me to go there when I wasn't planning on it. And I asked my friend, I was like, I would like you to come, because she's also an annual pass holder. And I wanted her to just like spend the day a little bit with me at Disneyland before or after I get my pass, just to make it worth it for her and to make it worth it for me, I guess. And she did. She's the nicest person in the world. Like, she is so selfless. I don't understand. I never would have done that. If somebody had asked me, I'd be like, sorry, like, it's so late notice, like, you're on your own, like, oh well. But she was like, no, like, I'll love to come, blah blah blah, let me just figure this out. And then we did, and it was just like, she's the sweetest person I've ever met. I love her. She's the best. She helps me out with so much stuff beyond that anyway. It's ridiculous. I'm a very needy friend. Yeah, so when we got to Disneyland and I tried to use the pass that had just been renewed that day, she got let through, and she was waiting for me on the other side of the barricade while this woman held on to my pass because something was weird about it. And I was like, are you effing kidding me again? And so I think for a good 15 minutes, she just held on to my pass and let other people come through. And then another cast member came up to her and was like, what's wrong? And she explained the situation. And he left with my pass. And then 20 minutes had elapsed before he came back. Not another 20 minutes, but like 20 minutes from the time my pass was taken from me. And he was like, okay, I think I fixed it. Should be good, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, like kind of like uncertain. And I was like, so what's the situation? Like, what's going on? Like, do I need to do this every time? He was like, no, you should be good. I did this and this. And I didn't really understand completely what he did, but I was just like, okay, sounds good enough for me. So I let it slide, and I was like, okay. And I got into Disneyland for the day. And we rode like 4 rides and left, I would say like 4 hours later. Yeah, I mean, we stopped and had breaks and stuff. Like, don't worry, we didn't like just do 4 rides in 4 hours. Like, that would have been, I don't know. I think, yeah, we did not do 4 rides in 4 hours. Like, we actually did 4 rides in, I would say, like 2.5, 3 hours, simply because of all the waiting that I did at the front and at the gate. I thought it was a longer time, but it was not. And then my friend and I went and got Starbucks, which also elongated our time a little bit. And I ate food. But that was basically it. That was my situation with Disney. You know how I be. Yeah, so much struggles for me, really. I'm so important, guys. Like, I don't know why this is happening to me. I'm like, I don't deserve this. I'm kidding, obviously. But anyway, this house was a biatch for a floor plan. I think upstairs was fine, but downstairs, I was like, what the heck do I do? So I end up turning the room that I put an archway into, I end up turning that into a half laundry, half bath, which I've been tending to do in these houses actually quite often. I don't know why, but I have, and it's part of my style now, I guess. Another thing that I'm noticing in this speed build is that I don't stay still for super long. I'm going to try to fix that just because I know it irritates me a little bit. So I'm going to try in my next couple of builds to just like stay put in one spot and do less camera maneuvering, because it kind of does get me a little bit sick, especially because I'm sick right now a little bit, the vertigo. But yeah, so that, I think those two, or that half and half room turned out really well, in my opinion. I was going to make 2 offices, one downstairs and one upstairs, but then I was like, no, this office is too long. Like, I need to just make it a dual office. So maybe the parents both have a double office at home. And, just because, I mean, and then the upstairs is like a skill building room. I made it a painter's room just because the teen in this house is very artsy, and the bedroom for the teen is, and the parents actually, are some of the most diverse bedrooms that I've done. Generally speaking, for bedrooms, I keep it like very boring for adults. And I don't know why that is, more specifically parents. I don't know why that is. I think it's just because I generally tend to see them, like mature people, as like plain, boring, like sleek, elegant. But I guess that's not true all of the time. And while their bedroom isn't like, the wildest thing in the world, it isn't like stark white like a bunch of my other bedrooms. And I actually got to utilize the Seasons bed in this build, which I've been wanting to do. I think the beds are really cool. I just think the swatches are so limited, and the colors in some of the swatches are so ugly. Like, I don't know what the EA team was thinking when they chose those swatches. Truly, honestly, it's like ugly as heck. Like, why are you doing this to me? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I've been like obsessed with this TV show, and I finally figured out how to not a TV show. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I have been obsessed with a TV show. I've been obsessed with Voltron, but I said that in my last Speedcast, so whatever. It doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter to me, but it doesn't matter anymore in terms of my audio. It's not a new interesting story. Anyway, I've been obsessed with this movie that I just recently watched. It's by Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clement. They co-directed and I believe co-wrote this movie called What We Do in the Shadows, and I have been keeping up with Taika Waititi's work, like trying to watch everything that he's been doing and, support him. I've been trying to do the same thing with actors as well, but especially Adam Driver and Daisy Ridley, who are literally my role models. I absolutely adore them, and I think they are really good influences on me and are good influences on other people in terms of discipline and talent and, kindness wise. I think they're really great people, and I aim to shape my life in a similar positive impact as they do. Especially Daisy, when I watched The Last Jedi, which is one of my favorite movies, my top 10 favorite movies, actually, one of them. And I saw like how fit she got, and I was just in awe. I was like, this is so cool. She must have been so disciplined. You know what? I'm going to start working out again. I'm going to get healthy. And I did. And I've been working out ever since December, actually. And this is big news for me, at least, because I hate working out, as anyone would attest to you. Well, I used to hate working out. I found a way of working out that I really like, and I have to keep a consistent schedule. Otherwise, it really throws me off my game. Like today, I wasn't able to work out, and I probably still won't be able to work out tonight because I was sick, and when I get vertigo, it's really not okay for me to work out. It really triggers it even more. So I'm taking it really slow, and hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to work out, and then I will have to work out on Saturday as well. But I just went on a huge tangent. That is so wild. I didn't mean to do that, guys. I'm so sorry. Who was I talking about? So I've been catching up on and looking through IMDb and making sure that I've watched a bunch of movies by Adam Driver. So far, I have watched the one that made me like make this solid decision was This Is Where I Leave You. But I wanted to watch his work after watching him in The Last Jedi. I started watching, or not in The Last Jedi, in The Force Awakens, in I think 2015 when I first saw it. I was like, this guy, I like him, I like his work, I want to see it. And so I watched Girls for a little bit, and then I kind of was like, this is so obnoxious. I love his character, but I can't stand the main character at all, so I kind of gave up on Girls. Might go back because I actually really like Adam Sackler as a character. I think he's really, really a well-developed character. And I think the writers on that show did a really good job, and Adam did a really good job of making that character of Adam come to life. But I think probably not for a while. I won't watch Girls. But the movie that I watched that wasn't Star Wars that made me decide I'm going to start doing this with actors that I like, watching all of their work and supporting all of their work. It was This Is Where I Leave You. It was such a good movie, and he was so great in it. I think he was so cool. And so then I started watching a bunch of other movies that he's in. I think there's one with him and Daniel Radcliffe, and it's called What If? That movie is so underrated, and it's so good, guys. You have to watch it. It's so endearing and sweet. He's not the main character. He's the best friend of Daniel Radcliffe, who is the main character. However, his entire storyline is just super amazing to follow through, and I think that movie is just really satisfying. And I recommend it highly. And then just recently, I've watched other movies, I just can't think of them right now. Just recently I watched Logan Lucky. That movie is so good. I can't believe I hadn't watched it before. It's so good. And I know I'm so late to the party on that, but he is amazing in that movie. I died. It was really good. Another person that I've been watching their movies is Tom Hiddleston. I absolutely love him as an actor. I watched Crimson Peak. That's one of the movies that I started watching for him but I really like Guillermo del Toro and his artistic style now as well. So I'm kind of interested in watching all of his directorial endeavors as well. And then, full circle, bringing it around to what I was originally even talking about in the first place, I'm watching all of Taika Waititi's movies because of Thor Ragnarok. I absolutely love Thor Ragnarok. There's another top 10 movie for you. I recently had to do a top 10 movie thing, so it's like fresh in my mind right now. That's why. But Taika Waititi is one of my favorite directors of all time now. I absolutely love his work, especially in Thor Ragnarok. So I decided, I had always heard about What We Do in the Shadows, and I was like, I don't know what it is. And then I realized, oh my God, Taika Waititi directed it, and Jermaine Clement is in it. And if you don't know Jermaine Clement, you should. He's really funny. They're both from New Zealand, I believe, and this movie takes place in New Zealand. And it's just like a mockumentary about vampires. I already love mockumentaries. The Office is my favorite TV show of all time. I absolutely love The Office. I rewatch it daily. I literally rewatch it daily. I think I'm on my, I would say like 11th loose rewatch of The Office. I've done a strict rewatch of The Office, I would say like 3 times, but this is my loose rewatch, which means like I'll go in at a season that is actually intriguing to me, or like a good season. So I'll start off at season 3, which is one of my favorite seasons. I really love season 3 because that's when spoilers happen and things happen. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone because, I mean, who hasn't seen The Office, but also some people haven't. So I don't want to spoil that. I love The Office. And I've just started loose rewatching of Parks and Rec. So that'll tell you, I love mockumentaries and I really love vampire movies. I just recently rewatched all of the Twilight movies. And I also read the books for Twilight, guys, so don't go in the comments and be like, oh, you don't know, the movies are so bad, like blah, blah, blah. I know the movies are bad. I still like them. I still like the books. The books are bad too, in my opinion. I mean, it's good writing. It's just weird, it's an interesting concept in the first place to write about. It's very, I don't know, it's not a niche concept, but it's a very I don't know how to explain it. It's an interesting thing to want to see or read Twilight. But I like it. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. Actually, you know what? I don't have any really guilty pleasures. I'm pretty straight up about that kind of stuff. I will let you know if I like something, and if I think it's stupid, I'll let you know that too. Like Twilight, I like it. It's good to me, but I know it's stupid in my heart. So it's stupid. Like, I can admit that. I wanted to use that season's bed, but I ended up using this one because I don't think I've ever used that swatch in a house build. And I was like, no, this is your time, Sophia. You can use that swatch. But yeah, I don't know, guys. I genuinely like this house. I think it's pretty cool. This room, I would say, is more of a teen room. 100% a teen room, actually. And I would say this teen is part of like the drama club or something like that. Something that's, because you'll see. Sorry about all these little pauses. I kind of gave up on editing. I got a little bit sick editing, so I just was like, screw it, there's gonna be pauses in here. I like to imagine it's a sim that really likes the arts, that really likes drama, and I end up putting like a little pride banner in the above the bed post. So I would say they're an LGBT sim, and they're really proud of it. I don't know why I've never done that kind of a sim before, because I know so many people like that in my friend group. I'm not super like that. I'm LGBT, but I'm not, like obsessed with it really. Like, it's not a defining feature of who I am, and nor do I think it should be. And I sometimes think it comes off as a little bit like gross. Like, not in the way that, I don't know how to explain it. Not in a homophobic way, in a way that's like, why are you shoving this in my face? Like, I get it. We're in the same boat. Like, we are the same community. I get it. And again, like, I don't want to be a bitch. I love them. I think they're really cool. All my friends that are like that. I just think it's like very PC. This entire community is getting really PC and just offended about every little thing. Like, they're the kind of people that think microaggressions are actual aggressions, and I can't stand that. People that think like that. It's like, what are you talking about? Microaggressions are not a thing. Like, you can't be serious. You simply cannot. And they're like, no, I am serious. Like, it's not okay for you to say. And I'm like, but I said nothing. Like, I literally said nothing. I said, like, nothing. I don't know. And then, yeah, I mean, whatever. It's fine. It's something that's been weighing on my chest for a while, guys. And if you couldn't tell, I was being really sarcastic there. But also low-key not. Anyway, this is the arts room for them. I want to make it clear, like, I am involved in the community. Like, I am involved in the community. I just am not, like, one of those people that aggressively tells everyone. Like, like those feminists that are like, all men must die. I'm not, like, I'm not saying the entire group of us is like that. I'm saying there are a select few that are really irritating to talk to, if that makes sense. And that happens in any community. I feel like bad for saying any of this in the first place, but whatever. I can't. I'm not gonna edit this. I've recorded this thing 2 times already, so whatever. I'm going into landscaping right now, and then this is the most landscaping, like the most interesting landscaping I've done in a while, I think, because it's kind of like suburban landscaping. I'm not super good at landscaping. I'm never like, I don't really know what to do. So I don't know, whatever. This is the screenshots. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see in the next video, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one, guys. Bye.